Well. They snuck one in on a Monday. Final Cut Pro update. As we've talked about, they've had 2 Logic Pro updates on Mondays. So is Monday the new Tuesday? Is that what's happening? Final Cut Pro team. Very, very sneaky. Well, let's just check. Let's just check on something here. Well, there we go. Look at this. 81 days. It took them 81 days to get this first bug fix out. Now, what does that mean? No idea. I have no idea why it took 81 days to get a bug fix out. Pretty curious. Pretty darn curious. Let's see what we got here. We got a lot of people watching. Good evening. Haven't downloaded it. Let's just see what's improved. It's a bug fix update as we expected. Good evening to you, Helmet. Thanks for tuning in there. We've been talking about this for weeks, months. It's finally here. So is it going to be like I predicted? We get Final Cut Pro 11.0.1 as a bug fix, and then maybe a feature update around NAB in April? No idea. Let me just see this. What's going on here? What is this? Okay, I'm going to close some of these extra apps that I have open. Which ones do I have open? Calendar. I don't need the calendar. So, what do we have? Let me show you what we have. Let's look at this. As we expected, it's a bug fix. I haven't updated yet, not on this Mac anyway. Not on this Mac anyway. What the heck? Come on now. Update. Let's see what we got here. Final Cut Pro 11.0.1 includes the following bug fixes. So it's all bug fixes. Addresses an issue that caused custom overlays to not be visible in the viewer. Well, that's not good. What the heck? Oh, there we go. I was wondering why I couldn't grab my screen. So addresses an issue that caused custom overlays to not be visible in the viewer. That's one bug. Fixes an issue that caused errors when using send to compressor from a timeline that included magnetic mask effects. I think that's probably the biggest one that I saw reported. Improves the reliability of the show horizon command in the viewer. I've heard issues about that. Improves performance when pressing and holding the H key to scroll the timeline manually. I had not heard about that one. 81 days. It took 81 days to get those 4 bug fixes. 1, 2, 3, 4. But there's probably some other things under the hood, don't you think? A lot of times they have things under the hood. Fixes that they don't talk about, unlike Logic Pro that itemizes every single thing that they do a bug fix. They show it, they have a list, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Final Cut Pro just does a condensed list. There might be a few other things. I reported a bug hasn't been fixed there, hasn't been mentioned. When I have audio plugins, when I first got 11 and I launched 11, it would scan audio plugins over and over and over. Every time I launched Final Cut Pro, it would scan audio plugins, which was 250 plugins every time you launch Final Cut Pro. Now, I fixed that myself by doing something in the Finder. I took all the audio plugins out of the place that Final Cut Pro expects to find them. I don't use them in Final Cut Pro, so that was not a big deal. So I am not going to be brave enough to install 11.1 yet. I don't need it. None of the things that I see as a bug fix or anything that I was concerned about. Hey, Matthew, how you doing? Well, here we are on a Monday. Just downloaded it. It seems okay in cursory use. Yeah, I'm sure it fixed a few people's bugs. There's been a couple that I've seen reported over and over again. But that's interesting. Very interesting. Let's take a look at the backyard. All the snow is gone. Almost. Almost all the snow is gone. A little bit left. We'll probably get another bit of snow before the winter is up. The winter of 2025. So we talked about 11.0.1 just being a bug fix, and here it is, exactly that. It's just strictly a bug fix. If you have problems locating it, just type in Final Cut Pro in the search field and search for Final Cut Pro, and it'll come up for you if it's not in your updates page, because sometimes it doesn't show up there right away. What does improved performance when pressing and holding the H key to scroll the timeline mean? H key is a hand, H for hand, and you grab it and do like this. Grab it with your hand and move the timeline left and right. Or you can grab something in the viewer with the hand tool and move it around. That's what the H key is for. Thank you, thank you. How many days was it to get here? 81? I have nothing to say about that. There's no 81 days? Were people on vacation? Maybe. Maybe they were. Maybe they were on vacation. So here it is. Grab it. If you've been having these issues, I'll make a backup of 11.0 first. Make a backup of 11.0 first in case there's a problem with 11.0.1. And then I'll update, but I'm not going to update right now. There's no reason to. None of the bugs are anything that I'm concerned about. So I'll leave it. My version is 11 right now, and I'm working on getting a final version of this documentary out that I'm working on for the March 2nd or March 3rd showing. I forget which. But we'll see. If anybody has any comments about it. 81 days to get 11.0.1. Now, what does that mean for the rest of 2025? It means if things go as usual, which sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, we'll get 11.0.2, and that might have some features, right? That just might have some features. So it's time to speculate on an NAB update. That's what I've been saying for a few weeks now. I said 11.0.1 for a bug fix, and then something 11.0.2 around beginning of April for NAB. But who the heck knows? Who the heck knows? They put it out on a Monday. That's unusual. They just do what they want. They just do what they want. I mean, I've had 11.0.1 in the graphics for these live streams for 6 weeks, wondering where they've gone. Final Cut iPad got a bug fix as well. Hopefully May or June we get a feature update. I hope we get something maybe for NAB, create a little buzz at NAB, because otherwise there's zero Final Cut Pro activity at NAB. If you don't do something to excite the attendees, there'll be nothing at NAB for Final Cut Pro. And now, the last 2 years, there hasn't been anything for Final Cut Pro at NAB. No presentation. Everything else is going on except Final Cut Pro at NAB. We'll see what happens this year. If they're going to do an update to Final Cut Pro at NAB, feature update, maybe they'll do a presentation. I wouldn't hold my breath on it, though. I would not hold my breath on that. So it's here. Grab it while you can. Back up Final Cut Pro 11 before you download it, before you update it. That's what you should be doing for sure. Back up, back up, back up. So I just happened to capture, let's go over here. I just happened to capture the update. So if you see right here, it says open. Final Cut Pro just says open. Right there. It says open. Now, watch what happens when I didn't press open, I just pressed the Final Cut Pro icon. Oh, now it says update. Look at that. First it said open, now it says update. Final Cut Pro 11.0.1. There it is. We've been waiting for it, waiting for it, waiting for it. I checked for an update about 10 minutes before you posted on Facebook. Surprise! Surprise for a Monday. It's not that they haven't done updates on Mondays. As a matter of fact, let me go down there and see what I can. Where is my? Here it is. Timeline. Let's see what we got here. I'm just checking how many days. how many times it's been updated on a Monday. Where is that? Copy. I don't... You know what? It's been a few. So the most popular day is Thursday by far for Final Cut Pro updates. Logic Pro was updated on... They had 2 bug fix updates weeks ago. Both of them are on a Monday. So Monday is the new day they're going to be updating the Pro apps, it looks like. The last 3 updates were all on a Monday, last 3. So we'll have to see. We will have to see. Where is timeline editing? I know I have it in here somewhere. Timeline Final Cut Pro. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. I have a list of the days of the week that Final Cut Pro has been updated. Okay, this is an old list, but Thursdays have 15 updates for Final Cut Pro. Tuesdays had 8. Mondays had 7. So it's not that unusual. Mondays has as many updates as Tuesdays. Thursdays are twice as many. This might be 1 or 2 generations behind, but that's what I've got right now at this point. So it's not that unusual, but we don't expect it on Monday. That's why they probably did it. Although, once again, Logic Pro has been updated on Mondays the last 2 times. Is the Final Cut Pro team solely working day-to-day on Final Cut, or do they work on other apps? Boy, I know they split the Final Cut Pro team up to work on the iPad version for a year or so, which is the reason it took so long to get an update. You know, I don't know what to tell you. I don't think so. I think they just work on Final Cut Pro. At least the base team does. The core team, I presume, just works on Final Cut. They may be borrowed once in a while. But for the most part, they just work on Final Cut. Let's look outside for a second here. Looks like it might be getting to be spring before too long. Have to see. Looks like it might be getting to be spring. So don't be disappointed. We expected a bug fix. We got a bug fix. And 11.0.2 will be next in our sights. And hopefully that'll have more than just a bug fix. What do you think? Who's been waiting for the bug fix? I have. I don't need it. I'm not gonna update right now. I'm in the middle of a big project that's working pretty well in 11. So I'm not gonna update. Those bugs really haven't affected me. But if those bugs did affect you, you got your bug fix. 11.0.1. 81 days, almost 82 days, almost 3 months since Final Cut Pro 11. Almost 3 months. We've been pushing for it on the show, on the website. We've talked about it on the podcast, of course. All those good things. Okay, well, let's give a round of applause to the Final Cut Pro team for getting us 11.0.1. Don't forget to back up your copy of Final Cut Pro 11. Don't come back here and say, oh, I updated to Final Cut Pro 11.0.1. I need Final Cut Pro 11. Back up your copy of Final Cut Pro 11 before you update to 11.0.1. Is there any way that the hoped-for audio mixer or text-based editing will come in a 0x update and not an X? Yes, absolutely could be. Absolutely could be. Because they put big feature updates in a 0.01 before. I wasn't expecting it today. First time I remember it being on a Monday. It has been on, let me pull my list up here. This is 8 Mondays. Final Cut Pro has been updated 8 times on a Monday. But it's not to be expected. We don't expect it. They snuck it in here. But did they really sneak it in? Logic Pro 11.1.1, Logic Pro 11.1.2 were both on Mondays. Both were on a Monday. So I agree with you, Dylan. I wasn't expecting it today, but there it is. There it is. Good old 11.1. 11.0.1. I'm not sure, but I assume we won't see the title caption feature till the next Creative Summit. I would be disappointed if we see no features until the Creative Summit. That would be a little disappointing. I think we'll see some features, and I think we'll see a feature update between now and the Creative Summit next November. Don't know, but we'll have to see. It would be disappointing to run a whole year with no feature updates, just a bug fix. Well, bug fixes are important. There must have been something going on that took so long to update this one. But what are you going to do? So anybody from X, Twitter on here? These are all YouTube comments so far. Are we on X? Let me go over there and check. I know we're on Facebook. I know we are on Facebook. Let's see what's going on over there on streaming. TweetDeck. There we go. Yep, we're on over there on Twitter. Let's see I can tell you who's watching over there right now. 48 people are watching over on the X platform. 48 people. So there's a lot of activity over there. On the X platform, as there always is. There always is. I don't know how to access that. It's so bizarre. I see it, and then I click on it, and let me see if I can pull it up here. There it is. There it is, over there on Twitter. So we're on all 3 platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. 48 people on Twitter. bunch of people. We got almost 100 people watching right now, which is very cool. There's not much to talk about, unfortunately. It's just four bugs, 81 days. Still want to give applause to the Final Cut Pro team. I'm on first-time COVID quarantine. That's why I'm here. First time. Wow. I think we will see a feature update, just not the one I want until next fall. That could be. I mean, yeah, text-based editing, audio mixer, that might be in the fall. Have to see. But improvements, transcribe to captions, do a transcribe to titles, or take the transcription that they make and transcribe them to titles the way Phillips and Greg's $20 plugin does now. It's a great deal. They've already updated it once or twice, I think, with the bug fix. Caption Animator in the App Store converts the transcribed captions to titles. I can't complain about a stable software, though. Well, you can complain if you want. It has been, they know that they get complaints about the pace of updates. They've talked about it at the different creative summits. Still give them a nice applause. 11.0.1, finally. And we'll have to see what happens. Any NAB activity? No idea. No idea. Would I place money on it? Nope. Nope, I would not. I would think if they're going to be at NAB, we should be hearing about it sometime in February. But we'll have to see. We will have to see. So, do you play the banjo or mandolin, Richard? That's what I play. Electric guitar, acoustic guitar. And to answer your question, I do not play the banjo or mandolin. Just mainly electric guitar. I have acoustic. I have a jumbo body acoustic. It's got a big, big sound to it. It's got a big sound to it. So that's what I play. Guitar. Not much else. The guitar is plenty. The guitar is plenty. So no other comments about 11.0.1. It is out. As we talked about, let's go over there and look at the, where did that go? There it is. There it is. 11.0.1. Those are the bug fixes. Are there anything else? Don't know. Addresses an issue that caused custom overlays to not be visible in the viewer. Okay. Fixes an issue that caused errors when using send to compressor from a timeline that included magnetic mask effects. I think that's probably the biggest thing. Improves reliability of the show horizon command in the viewer, and improves performance when pressing and holding the H key to scroll the timeline manually. Those are the big bug fixes. 2 hours ago, version 11.0.1. Final Cut Pro does have a lot of, its ratings are 4.8 out of 5, so it's got a really good rating on the App Store. $38,000 people have rated it. Almost 5 stars. Almost 5 out of 5. I personally would love a roadmap. Yeah, I think we'd all like a roadmap of some sort. The problem is if they can't meet the roadmap, then they get in trouble. People start saying, hey, you said you were going to do X and you didn't do it. You did Y. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? All right. Well, it's not much to talk about. We see what the bug fix is. So I'm not going to install it right now. I'm going to let all you install it, see how it goes. I'm going to wait. I'm working on a project that's just too important at this point. Too important. But anyway, it's there. Give a round of applause to the Final Cut Pro team. Thank you, Final Cut Pro team. Not Final Cut Protein, Final Cut Pro team. Thank you for getting this out for us. Maybe you can get a feature update or two out sometime over the next few months, 3 months, 4 months, NAB, summer. Who knows? Who knows? Thank you for letting us know. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to go back and do our, get ready for our dinner. You know what? I didn't mean to do that. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Just checking in. All right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. There's not much to talk about. The update is out. The update is out. Mac, go to your App Store. If you don't see it in your list of updates, down here, just type in Final Cut Pro and search up here, and it will come up for you. And it will come up for you. Probably see everybody Saturday, Final Cut Pro and coffee. Until then, adios. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate it.